engage ourselves in various activities for the betterment of the students and staff members. Thank you so much, ma'am. Glad to welcome you to presided over the function, ma'am. I am glad to welcome our Administrative Officer and IQAC Coordinator, Dr. S. Devi, ma'am, who initiates us to do creative work. Thanks a lot for the support extended by you for the betterment of all the events, ma'am. Welcome you, ma'am. I am pleased to welcome our CS Department Head, Dr. K.S. Gomati, ma'am, BCom CA Head, Mrs. Kabita, ma'am, English Department Head, Mrs. Akiba, ma'am, Maths with CA Department Head, Mrs. Divya, ma'am, Tamil Department Head, Mrs. Sreena, ma'am, and all my dear supporters, colleagues of various departments and non-teaching staff members. Welcome you all. I am proud to welcome my Commerce Circus team, Mrs. Saraswati, Mrs. Mary Arulmati, Mrs. Sangeeta, Mrs. Suryakala, Mrs. Sharmila, who all are motivating and encouraging me to organize more events. Welcome you, dear, and special welcome to all my buddies from Commerce Department, CS Department, CA Department, and Maths with CA, and all my dear PG students. Welcome you all with great aspiration to learn more. Happy to welcome our media partner, Dr. Srinivasan, who is the coordinator for the virtual platform. Last but not least, our today's resource person, Dr. Maria Devi, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology and Engineering, Manonmaniam University, Tirunelveli. She is going to explain her viewpoints in the topic Enlightening Business on Remote Communication. That is, how can we enhance our business through remote communication? It is a topic chosen by her for both the discipline of students, it is commerce and computer-based students. Her area of specialization is video signal processing and remote communication. She has more than 15 years in teaching experience and 10 years in research field. Her sincerity and dedication and involvement in educational field expressed by her research publication. She published 46 journals, 12 conference papers, several other publications in national and international conferences. Under her guidance, 4 research scholars are doing their research. Such a soft-hearted man, glad and proud to welcome you, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity. Over to Saraswati, ma'am.
Thank you for your warm welcome and wonderful introduction of the chief guest, ma'am. One tree can start a forest, one word can frame a goal, one candle can wipe out a darkness. A true leader has a confidence to stand alone. Now I call upon Dr. K.S. Gomati, Principal, Department of Computer Science, to deliver the presidential address.
A very pleasant evening to one and all present here. So today, the Commerce Department has organized a wonderful webinar on a beautiful topic. நம்ம எல்லாருமே pandemic timeல இருக்கோம். So remote communication only is able to be made. So இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு timeல enlightening business on remote communication, a very wonderful topic chosen by the resource person. So the resource person, Dr. Arumuga Maria Devi, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology and Engineering, Manonmaniam Sundaranar University, Tirunelveli. I express my gratitude to you, ma'am, for accepting our invitation. ஏன்னா இவ்வளோ ஷார்ட் டேர்ம்ல வந்துட்டு you have given your valuable time for making our students to give a very wonderful session on a very special topic. So I have to thank you on behalf of our Madurai NMR Subbaraman College for Women. I congratulate Dr. S. Mahima, our Vice Principal, Department of Commerce, our college. I welcome our Administrative Officer, Dr. S. Devi, who is further acting as IQAC Coordinator. IQAC cell வந்து நம்ம ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் we are planning more and more events. So with the support of you all, we are able to conduct such wonderful webinars. And Department of Commerce staff members, so thank you so much for arranging. அதாவது ஒரு விஷயத்தை வந்து நம்ம பிளான் பண்றதுக்கு அட்லீஸ்ட் it will take 1 week அந்த மாதிரி ஆகும். பட் நம்ம இமீடியட்டா பிளான் பண்ணி இமீடியட்டா வந்து இம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா கண்டிப்பா வந்துட்டு நம்ம காலேஜ்ல இருக்கிற அந்த ஸ்டாஃப்க்கு தட் கைண்ட் ஆஃப் எஃபிஷியன்சி இருக்கு. அதே மாதிரி நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் ஸோ நம்ம எப்ப வந்துட்டு என்ன ப்ரோக்ராம், என்ன லிங்க், எந்த மொமெண்ட் அப்படின்னு சொன்னா கூட immediately they are ready to join, they want to learn. அப்ப இதுலயே வந்துட்டு நமக்கு வந்து even though they are at remote locations, நம்மளால வந்துட்டு நம்ம என்ன சொல்ல வரோமோ அதை ஈஸியா வந்து கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ண முடியுது. அப்ப கண்டிப்பா ஒரு பிசினஸ் வந்து என்லைட்டன் பண்ணணும், ரிமோட் கம்யூனிகேஷனை வந்து என்ன மாதிரி எல்லாம் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி இந்த மாதிரி நேரத்துல she has chosen this topic. இந்த டாபிக் சூஸ் பண்ண ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சனுக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச். அதே மாதிரி வந்துட்டு நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், காமர்ஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், சிஏ ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், எவ்ரிபடி வந்துட்டு உங்களோட இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட்டை வந்து, உங்களோட இன்ட்ரெஸ்ட் இதுல இருந்து தெரியுது. ஸோ யூ வாண்ட் டு லேர்ன் மோர் அண்ட் மோர் அபவுட் திஸ். ஸோ கண்டிப்பா இந்த செஷன் இட் வில் பி அ வண்டர்ஃபுல் செஷன் ஃபார் யூ. இட் வில் பி அ வெரி இன்ஃபர்மேட்டிவ் செஷன். இதுல வந்துட்டு இதெல்லாம் எந்த டவுட்டும் இல்லை. டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் காமர்ஸ் வந்துட்டு இந்த பேண்டமிக் டைம்ல ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து கன்சிடர் பண்ணி ஏதோ ஒரு ஈவெண்ட் வந்து நம்ம கொடுத்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி நான் ஸ்டாப்பா ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிற அத்தனை ஸ்டாஃப் மெம்பர்ஸுக்கும் ஹேட்ஸ் ஆஃப் டு யூ ஆல். அண்ட் ஒன்ஸ் அகெயின் இந்த வெபினார் வந்து கண்டிப்பா ஒரு கிரேட் சக்சஸ் ஆகுறதுக்கு ஐ ப்ரே காட் ஆல்மைட்டி. தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. தேங்க்யூ.
Thank you for your motivational and encouraging presidential address, ma'am. The more you take responsibility of your past and present, the more you are able to create the future you seek. Now I call upon Dr. S. Devi, Administrative Officer, to deliver the felicitation.
Thank you, Saraswati. Good evening, one and all present here in this wonderful time of this webinar session. First of all, I thank Dr. Arumuga Maria Devi, ma'am, from Manonmaniyam Sundaranar University, for having graced this occasion and having accepted to give a webinar on remote communication and business. So in the time or most needed, as our principal beautifully told, so business அப்படிங்கிறது ஒரு ஸ்டாக்னேட்டான விஷயம். ஒரு past 2 years businesses have been becoming dull. So கடைகள் திறக்க முடியாத சூழ்நிலை, everybody is suffering. So she's going to give a beautiful opening on the various possibilities of communications over social media for making businesses or advancing business ideas. So probably we are very eager to listen to you, ma'am. And I congratulate the Department of Commerce, especially the HOD, Dr. S. Mahima, also the Vice Principal of the college, for having arranged this beautiful program. And she has involved IQAC also, but I haven't done anything. It is her whole effort in arranging this wonderful seminar within a span of 24 hours. She has even made the certificates ready for the students who are attending this program. Good work, Mahima. More to come from you, and we are expecting a lot from your department. And you have got a good team of staff. That is why you could do all these things. I also congratulate all the department staff for having arranged silently such a wonderful program. They are on to a national level webinar also. So I once again I congratulate all the people who are involved in arranging this program, and the students, especially all the students who are listening, who are going to listen to this wonderful webinar. I request you all to make the most of this program and take notes on it. So one day or other, you will definitely get some ideas from this webinar. Definitely, I'm sure of about this. Thank you, Principal Ma'am, for accepting to conduct this program. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you for your words, ideas, and congratulations and encouragement, ma'am. Reach high, for stars lie hidden in your soul. Dream deep, for every dream leads the goal. It's the time to hand over the session to our chief guest, Dr. Arumuga Maria Devi. Ma'am, please, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So before starting the webinar session, I would like to thank Almighty God for creating this opportunity. Next, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. K. Pichumani sir, for giving the permission for delivering the lecture on enlightening business on remote communication. Next, I thank our HOD of Center for Information Technology and Engineering, Dr. N. Krishnan sir, for this occasion. Next, I would like to thank the principal and head of this college, Madurai Gandhi NMR Subramanian College for Women, for presiding this webinar, Dr. K.S. Gomudi Madam. And also, I would like to thank the administrative coordinator and IPSC coordinator, Dr. S. Devi Madam, for
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, your audio is not audible, ma'am.
மேம் அன்மியூட் பண்ணிக்கங்க, மியூட் ஆயிடுச்சு.
மேம் அப்படியே வீடியோ அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிடுங்க மேம். ஆறுமுக தேவி மேம், வீடியோ மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஆடியோ அன்மியூட் பண்ணுங்க மேம். ஓகே மேம், வீடியோ கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க.
ஓகே.
இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் மேம். ஓகே, இன்னும் கொஞ்சம். ரைட் மேம். It's clear.
So last but not least, I would like to thank Dr. S. Srinivasan sir, spotlight reporter, for arranging this webinar event and providing technical support. Can you share the screen, ma'am? Or I will share it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Can you able to see my screen?
Ma'am, no, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
I shared, ma'am.
Shall I do, ma'am?
Ma'am, screen sharing has failed to start. Please try again later, ma'am. Error code is showing, ma'am.
Okay. Saraswati ma'am, are you ready with the slides, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you ready? Okay.
Ma'am, send பண்ணுங்க ma'am.
So this is your mail, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
It's your mail. Saraswati ma'am, are you ready with the PPT, ma'am?
Ma'am, it's downloading, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, co-host போடுங்க ma'am. ஸ்ரீங்கிற நேம்ல இருக்கு ma'am.
Okay, 1 minute. Srinivasan sir. Srinivasan sir, Sri அப்படிங்கிற நேம் மட்டும் co-host பண்ணுங்க சார். Srinivasan sir.
பண்ணியாச்சு மேம்.
ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ. மேம் ஓகேவா மேம்?
Yes, ma'am.
ஓகே.
Is it okay, ma'am?
Next email, ma'am. Next email PPT, ma'am.
Next slide, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Next, last email I sent it to you now, ma'am.
Okay, just a minute, ma'am. Saraswati ma'am, you please verify now, ma'am. Saraswati ma'am, you please verify it again.
Latest email you receive, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I have ordered to her, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
So my webinar topic is Enlightening Business on Remote Communication. Myself is Dr. Maria Devi, working as Assistant Professor in Center for Information Technology and Engineering, Mananmaniam Sundararayan University, Tirunelveli. So I hope what do you mean by remote communication? Let us discuss the basic things. Then we go for how do you enlighten the business through remote communication. Okay. So we first start the first slide. So there are we know that there are two types of remote communication is nowadays. Normally it's so communication is normally two types. One is face-to-face communication, another one is remote communication. So in the form of face-to-face communication means you have to, between the individuals, you have to share the information. Just you want to deliver the information, related business related information between two individuals. That is called face-to-face communication. Then we were in this webinar, we just focus only the remote communication. So remote communication is also known as virtual communication. So how do you, that is communication takes place some distance. Okay. That is any type of related information you want to share between some distance, that is called remote communication. So one more communication, that is telecommunication. This is also the same, but it includes that telephony, telegraphy, television. So for broadcasting manner, you want to deliver some data. Okay, that is also a telecommunication. So we will focus the remote communication. Then how do you enlighten the business through the remote communication? So next slide. Next slide.
Ma'am, move on to next slide, ma'am. Saraswati ma'am. Ma'am, kindly download the file and then present, ma'am. Saraswati ma'am. You please download the file and then start sharing, ma'am.
So you know that the communicating at a distance, you need some electronic tools. That is, so that tools only you have to communicate your business related information. That is known as remote communication. So it is also called virtual communication, right? So what do you mean by remote communication? You want to transfer the data any two or more devices, but not located in the same site is we can call like remote communication, right? So here you want to
Arumuga Devi ma'am, 2 minutes ma'am, she is downloading the file. It is easier for present.
Give the
So
some
please file
example. We have to check how how we can read the emails daily. Okay, so that is to be remotely assessed by different people who are all in some other countries, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, so or here Tirunelveli or Madurai, who are people who want to get that information. You want to give the email ID, then email address for that user, then you want to send the emails. So this is one type of remote communication. Yes. Next, what do you mean for remote user? How can you through the remote user only you want to develop the business, isn't it? How then? Here you just see the diagram. Just you want to clicking the that is sharing the files. Okay, that file is to be located in some other location, isn't it? So you want to get that file, or you want to access the file, or you want to share some information, business related information through this remote user, right? So through the remote user only you want to share some information. So here you need an internet or some private networks, LAN or BAN, or any type of networks you want to access in the form of remote access. So with the help of remote user only you want to access the data, right? So example, you know that one application known as Windows Remote Desktop application. So through this remote app only you want to get that other file. That is other file of the another computer file is to be received through the remote user, and you want to access the file, right? Can you able to see my PPT? Yes, anybody? Another thing is you want to assess the people means first the remote assess people, you want to trust it, then only you want to share the information, business related information you want to share it, isn't it? So here someone has access to your computer, so just you want to create a backdoor or you want to install some malware, right? So any type of malware you want to install it, and you want to access all type of files, that is to be in the form of remote user only, right? Next slide. So here we know that this pandemic situation, we never go out and we never share some information, isn't it? So through remote communication tools only you want to access all those business related activities. So the companies, what they do, just you want to increase the productivity and you want to increase the performance of the business, that is means of remote communication only. So what you do, you want, what are the problems you want to arise, so you want to get the instant solution by means of remote communication only, right? So next one. Next, you want to need that employees. What are the employees who are also located in different locations, like different continents? You want to Asia continent or America continent. So who are all be different continents? You want to collaborate together and you have to work as a team, make it as a team. So and you want to choose any one of the tool, like email or chart tool or any collaboration tool, you have to use it, and you want to facilitate that process. So how the business is to be developed in first stage, what you do, next step what you do, the next business process what you do. So you have to formulate everything. Okay, that will give this tool only, remote communication tool only, you get all the process, the business process information is to be updated day to day life. Okay, next another thing is you want to using the tools only develop some facility, and all the members, that means business people members are to be perform most of the difficult tasks is to be considered as a very easier manner, that is it is to be understand very easier manner using these tools. So you have to utilize the remote communication tools, and you want to data is to be transfer between the devices that is to be not located in the same place. So everybody in different places, you want to access the file, right? Next, how can you improve that remote communication, right? So this remote communication is, we know that in modern society, remote communication is the major trend for this, isn't it? So nowadays, new technology is to be going fastly, isn't it? So what you do, you need a small business or large business. What are the things if you want to recure? So you need some remote workers. So based on the remote workers only, you want to grow the business and success the business of the companies. Okay, so first you want to choose the remote workers. Okay, so who are all involving the business, large type of business, small type of business. You want to divide it into two types. Okay, this business are called large type of business. This business is called small type. So you have to formulate the everything. Next, we want to hire the best professionals. Professionalist, you want to make it. So any corner of the world, what you do, you want to locate it. What is that professional capabilities? Whether the professional capabilities is well and good or not. So you want to formulate everything through the remote communication tools. Okay. So how many employees are working the long-term project, and how many employees are not involving the small term projects? So that is to be, you want to check with their capabilities through the remote workers only. So what you do, the employees can work the same project or not, whether they are involving some other project. You want to formulate everything through this remote communication tools. Another thing is you want to develop a remote business. Next slide. So how can you improve the remote business means? So first, you want to hire the remote workers. Next step, you want to improve the communication. Next step, you want to improve the communication, and you want to formulate the strategy. Okay. Then only you want to improve the communication. Okay. So next, right strategy, if you want to get it, means you want to the employees of the different locations can work as a global team, or it may be you can call like a success of the project is to be considered as a only global team, right? So what are the changes in that strategies? What are the changes policies you want to need? So then only that remote workers can effectively work and effectively deliver the business related information. So this is only possible by only the remote tools only. Okay, that is remote communication tools only. It will be possible. Okay, whether the remote the company productivity and management related things is to be improved or not by means of remote communication tools only. Next slide. So you want to, how can you improve the productivity? So let us discuss the three things in detailed manner. One is prominent remote communication tool is there for making the remote communication is better for increasing our productivity, and you want to schedule the universal time, and you want to have the clear expectation, right? So these three things you should follow when you develop the remote communication that is to be in the form of business related information is to be shared between different places. Okay, so first one, let us discuss the prominent remote communication tool. So next slide. So we have to get the desired benefits. What are the benefits in that? Then that is to be whether the tool is to be powerful or not. So we have to check it first. The remote communication tool, whether it is to be get the powerful tool or not. So we want to check it first. Next one, we want to promote the remote communication, and we want to what are the things are to be help the employees, and whether it is to be connected at any time or not. The tool is to be connected at any time, and we want to make easily communicate with the other people or not, like video calls or video conferencing calls. So we have many of the tools are there, whether the tool is to be communicate easily with other people, and we want to help the employees, whether the employees should be properly work in that organization or in the company or not. So let us a prominent communication tool, let it be is a Z Talk meeting. Okay, so it is called Z Talk meeting. So here, this is the most remote popular communication tool. Z Talk meeting is one of the tool. So all over the world, this is the one prominent remote communication tool. So from this tool only, you want to HD video communication, that is high definition video communication is possible, and you want to meet online meeting up to 500 participants. Okay, that is private and group chats, and you want to share the screening. Okay, next, with the help of interactive whiteboard is needed, Jamboard is there. So you want to record online meetings using this tool, EZ Talk meeting tool, and many more facilities are there in, we want to choose the EZ Talk meeting. So in this webinar, we want to discuss what are the remote communication tools are available to enlighten our business, and how can you make the business is to be in very effective manner. We want to formulate the meetings, everyday meetings or every week meetings or every 15 days meeting. We can meet and share our business ideas then and there. Okay, so there are 5 things you should follow. One is you want to increase the team productivity, right? So team productivity with some project management tool only, right? So we know that project management is only the core business of your thing. What are the project management is should be effective manner. First you have to make it. Next you have to get that feedback often, right? So ma'am, this is not that content, ma'am. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So you want to need a team and team members, you have to make it. Okay. Next, you have to get that clear objective of each and every product. What is that expected product you want to need, that is the customers want to need, whether the quality of the project or not, whether the product is to be quality or not. So you want to check the quality, and the product is to be delivered at correct time to the customers, and correct price only you want to get it. So you have to make that objectives clear. What are the objectives of that business idea? So you have to make that idea is to be very clear. Another thing is, and everything is to be a transparent one. So you want to what is that meeting time, and you what is that from that meeting you have to follow this kind of rules for this product, and you want to develop the product using the developer, or you want to sell the project by means of sales manager. So everything you want to formulate it and transfer everything, and the team members can easily accessible. Okay, and it is to be open for all discussions. Okay, whether the project is to be properly worked out by the developer side, and management part people are involving or not. So everything should be formulated, and while you are disturbing the work means, or assigning any assignment means, you have to need that full strength of that employees, okay, that members. So you want to divide the persons, team members, whether it is to be qualified, this kind of project is to be done by this these people or not. You have to check it, the strength and weakness of this members, and you should not expect anything that is not to be achievable. So that is the clear expectation. Another thing is whether the that is newcomers are there, means you give some liberty for this newcomers. Okay. Next, another thing is you want to make that communication more information and more later discussion with senior people only. So senior members only you want to discuss what is the how the product is to be, whether this idea is to be okay or not, whether this product is to be properly reached to the customers or not, whether the product is to be quality or not. So these things you want to discuss it to the senior members only, right? So normally it is to be very interactive manner, and you want to adapt a friendly approach, and you want to create a healthy and favorable environment for all members. Okay, so not differentiate one member to another member. So you want to favorable environment, you have to create it. Okay, next slide. So here some of the 5 tools are there. So remote communication tools, you want to how do you enlighten the business using these tools only. One is Zoom, another one is G Suite, another one is Asana, and 15.5, another one is Slack. So these are the 5 tools are there for remote communication. Next slide. So here first we will discuss the G Suite. So here in G Suite, it's one of the collaboration tool. We want to increase the productivity through this G Suite only, and this tool is to be developed by Google Cloud, right? So in the year 2006, August 28, and this Google apps only, we want to make it a domain is to be very, very clear. Okay, which domain we want to choose it to develop the business. So these would only it will help. What we want to get that report for a daily report or weekly report. So what is the business? What are the profit we want to achieve it? So everything is in the form of calendar or current for that is Hangout. You want to give that Hangout messages, and you want to store the information to the drive and document sheets or slides, or you want to keep it the forms, or you want to give that a productivity and collaboration for this G Suite sites. Then you want to need that how do you manage the users using this admin panel, using this G Suite, and what are the services you want to provide to the customers, and how do you develop the business. So lot of things by means of G Suite only. So video conferencing chart and productivity application you want to develop it, and any type of business that will be collaborate in different locations, and you want to everything is to be a streamlined one, and you get that reliable access through this app only, G Suite only. Next, Asana. Next slide. So here what you need for this Asana, this is one of the productivity tool. Okay, using this only you want to increase our productivity through the business. Okay, next you want to get that review report for this, that is to be using this tool you get that review report for what is that status of this employee. So how much amount of the performance the employee will be communicated for whole day or weekly, or likewise you want to differentiate that reporting time. Okay, using this tool. Next, Zoom. We already know that Zoom is the very, very interesting platform for remote communication. So every business ideas you should share means through this Zoom only. So here, like our webinar, any organization, that is the educational institution or business related information, everything you want to communicate this video conferencing software program only. So it is developed by only Zoom video communication only. So this pandemic situation, we want to promote the education field and business field. So any type of remote related information is to be shared this Zoom platform only. So you want to get that 2.2 million users are nowadays using the Zoom apps in 2020 itself. So in comparing to 2021, 5 million members are using this Zoom app, and it is to be within a 2.13 million times. It is to be downloaded for every day, and every year we that number of the subscribers on Zoom that may be a very increasing one, right? Next slide. Next one, we want to Slack. We want to need the Slack tool. So here it's also on a business communication platform. It is to be developed the American software company only. So here IRC features are there. That means that the internet relay chart. So if you have in dull mode, you just give that emoji buttons. You have to use emoji buttons. So you want to, whether it may be happy mode or you may be a sad mode. Everything is to be in the Slack tool only. You want to communicate. So right. So private groups you want to create it, and you want to give the direct messaging, and the Slack content is to be include all the files, and you want to need the conversation using this Slack tool only. So emoji buttons, it will give the expression of our customer. What is that customer want to get that product or not? Whether it may be happiest mood. Or whether the product is to be satisfied all the requirements of the customers. So that thing you want to use this Slack tool, right? Next 15.5. So here another tool is that. So this tool you want to this tool is to be developed by David Hazel. So here this people management solution is to be possible. This 15.5 tool. So the workforces are to be fulfilled by this tool only. So you want to performance management related solution to how to get it. So what is this customer will get this product, this 100% they can satisfy. So you have to give that performance of that product sale, or whether the product is to be properly received at that particular time or not. Okay, so that information you have to manage it with the help of the performance performance chart is there for getting that 15.5, right? Next, you want to facilitate the feedback. You want to get that feedback facilitation. So in that, you want to get that review for each product is to be delivered, means you want to give the review. 3 reviews for this product. So whether the product is to be how we can improve the product sale. So what are the needs they want to need? The customer what to expect this kind of quality. So how can you improve this? So this kind of defects is there. You want to give the review. Command is 3 or 4. Likewise, the review command you want to manage it everything because of this 15.5 tool. Okay. So you want to make it the acknowledgement every time when that you want to get that what is the hard work for that each team, and you want to motivate everything whether you get that 5 reviews for this product or not. So you want to manage everything because of this hard work. Next slide. So how that this remote communication. So nowadays remote communication is to be being everywhere, right? Work anytime and anywhere only. So here so instead of having to check in the same office at the same desk every day, what you do, you have to work from your home itself, isn't it? So first of all, you need the internet connection. Then you want to get all those tools that is to be properly handled by that customers, then they can improve the business by means of this remote communication only. So through this tool only you have to develop it. So you want to create that ideal workspace for yourself, like staying at your home or traveling many places. That is remote working is to be very interesting one. So that will give that reduced cost. Next slide. So and for employers and employees, you know that the employers and employees are very much reduced cost only. You have to get all that communication tools. Okay. Next, you want to need video conferencing with your clients means or colleagues means you want to wear some informal clothes, right? House coat is allowed to be, and you want to give that video conferencing facility through this remote working, right? Next slide. So from this only you want to increase the working efficiency. So what is that? That is, if any huge traffic jam is there or road traffic accident is there, what you do? You want to spend 1 hour time, and you never go to the office, okay, or you never sell the product. So for this time, for this you want to increase the working efficiency. So most of the time is to be saved when you are working at the home, and during this pandemic situation, you are using the communication tool. You want to share so many information then and there. Okay, so only you want to keep that socializing, or you want to need that without any interruptions. Your time is to be very safer manner. You want to get that all the communication tools, only that you need an internet facility, right, at your home. Next slide. So next, what you do, you want to take better for yourself, and any bad cold or sore throat is there means you never go to the office and you never concentrate your works. But if you are stay at home means you can get immunized and get some healthy drink, and you should go to the work then and there at your home itself, right? So you want to avoid that passing on your illness to fellow colleagues. So that is the one advantage. Also, what are the ways you want to improve the communication skills through the remote communication or remote workers means? First of all, you want to be proactive in communicating with your team, and you want to schedule daily huddles, right? So every day you want to go with urgent manner to the office, and you want to expect from the start, and you want to ask for communication preferences, and you want to avoid the temptation to micromanage. So another thing is, new communication tool only you want to adapt it. So that then only you want to improve the communication skill for the remote workers. And you get that periodized video calls, right? So you want to lead more time on task. Every time a task is to be needed for leading time only. So that is that one way you want to improve your communication skill and keep the office culture alive. And even from home itself, you want to need that office culture only. So this is the another next slide. So this is the key channels and tools for remote communication. Normally, the type of remote communication is three types. So one is synchronous, asynchronous, another one is semi-synchronous. We know that synchronous communication. So synchronous, the incident happened at the same time. So here email, another handbook, so Google Documents, Dropbox, paper. So these are this asynchronous communication. Synchronous, the incident happened at the same time. Zoom, Hangout, these are the examples of this synchronous communication. So simultaneous process to be held between two individuals, that is synchronous communication. Since asynchronous, the person is not to be a simultaneous transmissions to be held between two persons. So at the time permits, they can view that informational conferences calls and schedule manner. You want to open the document and you want to share that information through the business related matters. That is to be that is in the form of asynchronous communication. Semi-synchronous means Slack Teams. This is an example for. So not only sometimes it is to be synchronous and some other time it may be asynchronous. So that is called semi-synchronous. So example forums, fixed Discord. So another you want to record the calls, that is considered as a semi-synchronous one. So that will some synchronous events is to be some asynchronous artifacts. That is called recorded calls, right? So next slide. So what are the tips you want to improve the team remote communication? First, you want to get your technology. So technology is nothing but it's art of knowing is what of doing. So what are the things you want to, whether the product is to be properly properly delivered to the customers, that is to be in quality in nature means what is their expectation, that will to be that technology, through this technology only you want to deliver the product to the customers, and particular time it will be reached to the customer, and you want to get that clear expectation and availability, and you want to periodize that video calls, and you want to need the daily team meeting. Every team meeting you want to follow it, and your tone should be considered, and you want to make that weekly happy hours or celebrations, right? Next slide. How do you enlighten the business by means of 4 waves? One is you want more customers you want to need. Another thing is oftenly whether they customers get that product or not, and you want the average value you want to take it. That is each sale you want to take the increase the average value. Then you want to do that effective business. Okay, then only you want to get the more effective at the business side, right? So these are the 4 ways you want to follow it. So for the time being, I will switch over a few points related to that remote working problems. What are the problems they may be happened? So one is lack of connection with colleagues. So these are the remote work. So what are the working problems arise when that remote workers are there? Means next, distracted by external interference. So that is the second thing. When you have a children or baby who want to spend more time studying. So group work means you want to will help people feel more included. So people who work from home, that is to be little isolated comparing to the traditional workers. So this is the example of distracted by external interference. So another one is separation challenge between work and life. You need a clear separation between that workplace and home space. So it is to be hard to end a day's work, right? So and stop thinking about your work, and you want to, you have to do, or you want to stop constantly checking your phone or inbox, right? Next slide. Remote communication. So what is the summary of this remote communication? Let us discuss. The location will not be the barrier one. We want to help all levels of companies, and we want to hire what we do. We want to get that best professionals around the world, right? That is the main expectation for the remote communication. Another one is you want to develop the technologies through this remote communication only. And you want to be very careful while you are hiring the remote workers. Okay, so that is the next thing you want to follow it, and you want to need a best tools and technologies for a remote communication. So another this, what are the advantage? Next we have to discuss the disadvantage, right? So first we want to need that what are the advantages for the remote communication is, we want to flexible greater flexible, we get it, So we have to common all the transmission technologies. Okay. So another one is security. It is integrated security is there. That is virtual private network is sophisticated technology only. We get that integrated security is there, and easy handling system that may be combined, and you want to need that product for communication is to be a complete line system. So these are the advantages of remote communication. What are the disadvantages behind in this remote communication is you want to the human error is to be possible here, and routine meetings you want to need, and constant communication. Whenever that routine meetings is there, you want to need a constant communication. Another one is the productivity is sometimes it is to be suffer one, and more distractions are there. That is the communication tools. Using the tool, you want to distract your thing. That means company emails and chat groups are there, means it is a very negative impact on the productivity stage. So what are the technical difficulties are there? That is hardware malfunction is there, then service outages, or some period of time the service may be not provided by that using that communication tools. And you need 37% of remote employees, just like would take a 10% pay cut to continue working from home. So that is the disadvantage of remote communication. Then how do you enlighten the business through remote social media? So one way is you want to different employees are there in different location, that is you want to make it as a team members for that. So you want to make the telephone calls, emails, and video conferencing, online chats, work operating system through the social media only. You want to give all the business related activities, ideas should be shared then and there through emails, Twitter, and through the cloud only. You have to make us a storage device, and that is you want to need all the information, business related ideas, and information that is to be shared by means of the social media, right? Facebook. Okay, so everything is to be enlighten the business by means of the social media. Next one. So as per our discussion here, what do you do? What is our aim is remote communication. If you want through remote communication, you want to enlighten the business. First, you want to improve the infrastructure first. That means how the infrastructure is to be improved means 89% you want to improve it. And the business tax, you want to reduce it up to 78%. And that you want to make the government regulation should be reduced a manner at 65%. And you want to loosen that labor regulation at up to 42%. If you make it, then the remote communication is to be to enlighten our business is to be improved in a manner. Then as per our conclusion, so thus remote workers normally continuing in day-to-day life, that is according to our popularity if you consider it. So 43% of Americans normally work remotely. Another thing is 75% of employers you want to include remote workers on their teams. Okay, so you need a virtual communication technology, and that will be a good touch. Okay, that is stay in touch studies, so that the workers can increase the output just like 4.4% by means of this remote work, right? So this is the conclusion. So if you, I will play, you just click the link. That link is to be show what are the things for that remote chat. That means challenges are to be faced during remote communication when you enlighten the business. Just click the link that will play the video. Just watch the video. Through this video, you can get some ideas about business. Can you click the link? Just a 2 minutes video. Skip the ad. Audio is not there. Please check the audio.
Ma'am, my audio is not available, ma'am. Not audible, ma'am. What to do, ma'am?
Can you click the link, ma'am? That will be in Google. Can you type it, then play the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Copy the link and put it in Google.
Ma'am, what happened, ma'am? Saraswati, ma'am? Saraswati, ma'am, what happened, ma'am?
Ma'am, I think it is not playable,
She
ma'am.
can't play the video, it seems, ma'am. I will
Okay,
share
ma'am.
it to the students individually, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. You can put it in chat box. They will play the video. So apart from this, I will describe some tools, that is remote communication tools. So that will save the remote communication. That will enlighten the business also. So let us discuss some few tools, then we will wind up the class. So through remote desktop apps is one of the application. So that will through this application you want to share the file, and you want to real-time chart is also possible, and you want to share the screen is effectively, and you want to diagnose some tools using this remote apps. What is the name of the desktop apps means Kesha Visit, sorry, Kesha VSA, and Go to Asset and Atra. These are the tools are there for desktop application. So it will provide that remote communication, that is remote communication in safer manner, right? So you have to use the tool. Kesha VSA, Go to Asset, Atra, right? Next, another one tool is there, that is telepresence tool. Okay, so this will help you to communicate remotely and collaborate in more natural way. Okay, so this is the another tool, telepresence tool. Okay, so this telepresence tool only you want to need a communication through larger areas. That means it's ideal for communication with various workspaces. So telepresence is another tool, and real-time chat is also there. This is that like Slack. This team chat is like a Slack tool. Just good for almost any workplaces. If you want to work with workplace, means you want to use this team charts, right? Another one is project management software. That project management software only you have to manage an entire teams to control the quality and budget and documentation, right? These are the tools are available when you say for remote communication. Next, Basecamp, another one tool is there. This you want to need a forefront of remote technology for business for 20 years. Okay, Basecamp. So another one free tool is that is Remember the Milk. So this is a free tool. It is to be compatible. This free tool is to be compatible with your mobile phone, computer, and all types of emails. Okay. So you can synchronize all your devices and to manage your task. Okay. And you want to receive gentle reminders. What is that goal of the project? What time you want to complete it? So everything. So another tool is there, Focus Keeper tool. It's one of the application for procrastinators. Normally procrastinators, what they do, just if the activity is to be performed by this deadline, means they don't have that activity to they don't do. So Focus Keeper apps only you want to make it. Whether you want to complete this project this time, means you want to make that Focus Keeper app. Okay. So for internet safety purpose, you want to make the you want to install some antiviral or anti-spyware software. Then only you want to your business computer unintended and it is to be your data key. Your data is to be encrypted manner. So you want to use the internet safety tool, right? So these are the things about remote communication. Then only remote communication through your business related activities should be improved. If you have any discussion, you can clarify it.
Girls, if you have any doubt, ask Harma.
Students, post your queries in chat box also, right? Students, if you have any doubts, post it in your chat box. Everyone is clear, huh? Saraswati ma'am, you please proceed, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, you are clearly explained the various tools to communicate the people to increase the productivity of business, ma'am. G Suite, Asana, Zoom, Slack, 15.5, and tips to improve our team remote communication. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I call upon Mrs. Maria Arulmati to deliver the vote of thanks.
Okay, ma'am. Good evening to all. It is an honor for me to have the opportunity to propose vote of thanks on this special day. I, on behalf of Commerce Department, let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. I extend my thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Arumuga Maria Devi, ma'am, Department of Information Technology and Engineering, Manonmaniam Sundaranar University, Tirunelveli, to take out time from her busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your words, ma'am. Your session is very informative. Our students get more knowledge and ideas about remote communication. Thank you, ma'am. We are grateful to our principal, Dr. Gomati ma'am, for her words of encouragement. Her able guidance has always encouraged us. I thank ma'am for her kindness and continuous support. I thank our beloved Vice Principal and Head Department of Commerce, Dr. Mahima ma'am, for her valuable contribution, guidance, and encouragement in all our efforts. My heartfelt thanks to our Administrative Officer, Dr. Devi ma'am, for her valuable contribution. My heartfelt thanks to the heads of various departments for their valuable contribution. Last but not least, I thank my dear faculty friends, Saraswati ma'am, Sangeeta ma'am, Surya ma'am, and Sharmila ma'am for your cooperating in making this function a resounding success. Our heartfelt thanks to our students for their active participation. Once again, I thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
The national anthem.
Thank you all. Ma'am, Arumuga Devi ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, kindly wait for 2 minutes, ma'am. Let us take screenshots, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Students, please stay in the line. Unmute yourself, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Dear students, unmute yourself, ma'am. Ma'am, please unmute yourself, ma'am. Video on பண்ணுங்க, ma'am. Dear staff members and students, please unmute yourself. Saraswati ma'am, it's okay for you? Ma'am, have you taken?
Sharmila, ma'am, Arumug ma'am, ma'am, chief guest ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Wait a minute, ma'am.
மேம் ஏவோ மேம் இருக்காங்களா?
No, ma'am. Evo ma'am is not there. Principal ma'am also, ma'am.
ரிசோர்ஸ் பர்சன் ஆஃப் பண்ணிருக்காங்க மேம், சொல்லவா?
Person is not, ma'am. Surya ma'am. Principal ma'am. Ma'am, வெளிச்சமாவே இல்ல ma'am. You are the-
என்ன சொல்றீங்க?
Ma'am, இருட்டுல இருக்கீங்க ma'am.
புரியல.
உங்க face தெரியல ma'am எனக்கு.
இருக்கேனே, இப்ப ஆன்ல தான்ப்பா இருக்கேன்.
இருக்கீங்க ma'am, lighting இல்ல ma'am.
மேம் கொஞ்சம் ஆப்போசிட்ல கூட வாங்க மேம், இப்ப எல்லாரும் கரெக்டா இருக்கு.